Okay, so I hope you guys are up to speed with attackers, special attackers, mixed attackers, and walls. I hope you know the difference between them, so you won't be giving a dark pulse to a Weavile or a thunder to a Gyarados, or weird stuff like that. So another, like, I would like to recommend a site to you so you can know which Pokemon is good at being a physical attacker, a special attacker, or even both. I recommend you go to smogon.com. That's SMOGON, and just you'll see the stats and everything, so look at the bars. It's really great for, guys and girls that just came into, this whole EV training stuff. That will really just straighten you out. And if you're kind of blank about what Pokemon you want to really put on your team, they have examples for you and decent movesets that can just get you, started in thinking, how to, react to certain situations. So, now that you got, what type of, you should have like that Pokemon in your mind, like, okay, well, my plan is making that Pokemon, I want to make it a physical attacker, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, when you have that ready in your mind, you want to say, well, what's the next step to getting that done? And you want to get that Pokemon you want is first, but then you want to make sure that Pokemon has the nature, a good nature for it, to make sure it fulfill its duties in battling. So for physical attackers, good natures for physical attackers, such as Gyarados, Weavile, Machamp, Metagross, Feraligatr, Staraptor, Zangoose. You will be looking for an adamant or jolly nature. Keep in mind that if you choose adamant, you're saying that you want more power rather than speed. So your power would be like really good if you had adamant, but you won't be as fast. If you picked a jolly nature, you would be really fast, but you won't be as strong. So, keep that in mind. As for special attackers, such as Starmie, Manectric, Typhlosion, Gengar, Jolteon, Moltres, Zapdos, Raikou, those type of beasts and all that, you will want them to have a modest or timid nature. Those are the two you want to consider. For timid, you're saying that you want your special attacker to be really fast and you want the special attack to be okay. But if you're choosing modest, then you're saying you want that sucker to just destroy, but it won't be as fast. So that's really up to you. Remember the mix attackers I was talking about? Like Pokemon like Infernape, Salamence, Absol, and Azelf. Those guys are really good mix attackers. Good natures for them would be like Naive, Hasty, Lonely, and Naughty. Physical walls. Well, good nature for physical walls is Impish and Bold. And special walls, well, you will want them to have either a calm, gentle, sassy, or careful nature. There are a lot of natures out there that you should be aware of, so if you want to know them all, please go to Cerebi.net and just check them out. If you don't know where to actually find it on the site, because it was kind of hard for me at first, let me know if you don't find it on your own, and I'll try to send you a link to it or something. If you don't know what physical walls and special walls, like what I'm talking about, a physical wall is a wall Pokemon like Skarmory. Skarmory can take moves like, a waterfall in a close combat, and physical moves pretty well. And then a special wall will be Blissy, who could just take a fire blast and a thunder and your worst psychic and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what you would call a special wall, because it just walls your special attacker, and a physical wall would just wall your physical attackers. So, and while they walling you, they setting up for you. So yeah, so just be aware of that. Each nature has a strength and a weakness. Again, go to Cerebi.net, check it out. There are IVs and personalities you may want to check out too. I won't do them myself because that's a lot to talk about. I guess the next thing to talk about is like, okay, thanks for the tip on the nature, so I'm just gonna go out and catch me a adamant Magikarp and turn into a Gyarados and start EV training. Well, how are you gonna do it again? Like, you're just gonna go out and fish for eternity for adamant nature, or are you gonna hatch, or what you gonna do? Hatch, right? So that's okay, but you're gonna need a Ditto. And I don't mean like Ditto, I mean like Dittos. And what I mean is, like, you can go ahead and have a regular Gyarados and have it mate with a Ditto and get like random eggs with random natures and all that. Or you can just go to the Trophy Garden if you have Diamond and Pearl. You can go to the Trophy Garden and just catch those freaking things. I don't know if a Ditto can mate with a Ditto and then get a Ditto, but if it can't, just go to the Trophy Garden and catch some freaking Ditto. I mean, you want to catch all the major natures. Why? Because here's the thing. Ditto with the nature that you're actually looking for in a Pokemon that you want to make to EV train can actually make the egg have that nature. So say you want an Absol with an adamant nature, and you have a lame Absol in your box, but you just happen to have a adamant nature Ditto. I almost got in trouble there. And you put them at the daycare, and you make them do what it do. So your chances of getting an adamant Absol will just go up by like 50%. So I mean, you might come up one batch, you might have 2 adamants and 3 weird natures, and then the next batch you might just have straight up all 5 or 6 of your eggs might be all adamant. So you catch those Dittos. You want a modest or a timid Jolteon, get a timid Ditto, and then make sure the female, whoever the female is, if you have a male whatever, make sure the male isn't holding anything. But if the Ditto has to play the female in the relationship, give it the Everstone. If the male, if Ditto has to play the male in the relationship, make the other Pokemon that should be the female hold the Everstone. Either way, the female of the relationship has to hold the Everstone. That way, your chances of getting the nature, that'll go up. The nature you want. But make sure you have a Ditto with the nature. So get your, if you want an adamant whatever, get an adamant Ditto. If you want a modest, get your modest Ditto. Get them all, whatever nature you're looking for. Get a
diddle with that nature, so you know, breeding will be much easier for you. And make sure you have an Everstone. So you do that, hatching will be a lot more easier, and you won't be like spending almost an hour and a half on it, you know. So make sure you get that done.